Hi, this is Greg from EposNow. I'm just going to run you through a demonstration of the retail side of our till system, so you can see this and watch this at your convenience. We've got the members of staff on the front screen here for you. It would normally be a touchscreen, but I am using our mouse today just so you can see where I'm clicking through on here. We've got James with the S, which is supervisor, Louise with an M for manager, obviously just giving different accesses levels across the till system itself, depending on what's needed. We've got clock in and clock out up here, so the staff members can clock themselves in and out, so accruing their hours. So we'll just quickly clock James in here for us and clock him in. And then you'll see it times it in the back office and then shows a running clock on the front till. We can then do the same thing again for us and clock them back out again, doing the same thing, but then obviously the timer then disappears. We're logging as Louise today, so we've got full access to the whole system. So this is how, obviously we've got the till system up, but this will be set up with your own products and things like that. We've got things like hotkeys along the top here for us, and then main keys here, and then additional items at the bottom. Obviously, when selecting items on here for you, certainly with scanners and things like that, they'll drop directly into the basket on the right-hand side. I'm just going to click on a couple of items so you see them dropping in there for us. As you can see here, they're all dropping in, same as they'd do if you were scanning the items themselves for us. Okay, if you want product information on the items itself, we can press and hold the product and they can give us that item. So we can have an additional image, or if they need any sort of ingredients or details on the system, it can show you here as well. If you are a fruit and veg store or anything like that as well, obviously we do non-integrated and integrated scales for you. If they were non-integrated, so you just need to know the weight, so let's go with the mixed olives for instance, and then ask you how many kilos. We'll click update with 1 kilo and it will calculate what 1 kilo is for us. If we did have integrated scales, if by clicking on the olives and they're already on the scales themselves, it will then pull the costing across and put it in the basket itself for you as well. Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick transaction on this one. So we'd go pay. Let's say they paid £50 cash. And cash. It'll then tell you the change on the system for us as well. And we can either wait for this to fully load for it to disappear, or we can click confirm. We then have the receipt options of print, email, or print and email. Obviously, you can just set this already so it doesn't pop up. I'm on my laptop today, so it doesn't have a printer connected, so it gives me all the options. So I'm just going to click no receipt for the time being. Obviously, within these options and areas here, we can have different things such as offers and things like that as well for us. See, this one has a 2 for 1. So we've got those options for you. And again, just depending on what's needed in terms of the products themselves, obviously things like vapes or alcohol or anything like that, if you needed it to pop up to remind staff members to take ID or anything like that, you can have it on there for us as well. Okay, we can just, let's pop a couple of items in here and we'll just go through a couple of things in terms of this. So we can now go, let's say this is the items they're purchased. We can now go to pay. We'll do this one via card. With EposNow, we do EposNow payments. They're then a fully integrated card machine if you need payments as well for you. That just stops anything from being keyed wrongly or anything like that by doing the manual process. Because for instance, with this one here, it could be keyed for as 34p by accident. Obviously, that would then lose you money, and it happens too often. So integrated cards is the best way to go from here for us. So we click card, and that does the transaction for us. So that's a cash transaction, a card transaction you've seen. Again, we've got the receiving options coming up on the screen here for us as well. Obviously, with the integrated payment, that will send it straight to the card machine. No need to re-enter it. They'll put their PIN number in or do their touch and go payment for us from that purpose. Okay, I'll just bring up another elf bar just for a second so I can put something in the basket. When we go to pay, we have got discounting options here for you as well. So if you didn't have to discount anything or any item itself, we can do. We can also add additional notes here if you wanted to. So, you know, if it was damaged or wrong color or anything like that, obviously you can put it in there. So if it was clothing or an item that was, you know, coming to end of date and you're given a discount for it, we can add it in here for you as well. Okay, I'll just clear the basket here for us. So you can remove items if they were obviously added manually incorrectly and things like that. If you want to take customers' names, addresses, telephone numbers, we can add them in the customer information here. That's just a brief overview, obviously, of the front end of the till system itself. What I'll drop to now for you is just run you through the reporting side of things in the back office of the till system so you can see that as well. I'll just refresh here for us, so then just put those additional transactions that we just popped through. So here's our transactions for the day, sales for the day, transactions, average transactions. We can then see our peaks and troughs here for you on the till system. Scrolling further down on the side here for us, we can then see the main transactions that have gone through that day as well. Okay, you have got the option of Sidekick down here within your back office. So if you've got any questions, queries, or anything, need any help, it's our active AI bot for you, and it can then lead you to the right places to then help with adding products and things like that for you as well. So we've then got settings, so set up for you in terms of like receipt options, addresses, telephone numbers that you might want on your receipts itself. We've got manage, where we can manage the staff members, access, and things like that for us. We've got reporting itself. I'll just drop into here a little bit more, just apply this for us so we can see this. And then this just gives you an overview of things like net sales, transaction qualities. We can add more in here if you want to more do deep dive, and we can obviously change the timings that it's on here for us as well. Further down, it gives things like total sales, total transactions, operating margins, stock margins, and it tells you about low stock items. So these are the items that are now at the lowest point that you want to then reorder before being out of stock. So if it was 50 cans of Coke, for instance, you want a reminder at 20, that's when this will trigger for us here as well. We can then look at additional things like transaction reports. So the transactions that have physically gone through the till, if that's like an order that's been completely transacted or how it's paid, we can look at there. We can look at sales reporting in terms of intervals, periods, members of staff, promotions that you may be doing as well for us. We've got stocking. Again, we just spoke about low stock items that are on the main screen, but we can look at all the stock levels, warnings again, discrepancies, non-sellers to minimize bottom end losses and things like that as well for us. Then we've got customers here for us as well. So that's where the customer details will be stored. Banking in terms of like tenders through the till, end of day report. So if you haven't printed off the end of day report, we can still get it from here for us. You then got things like float adjustments, payouts, petty cash, and so forth if you were to need them. We've also got the integrated card payments. So if you are with EMP payments, it will show all the debit cards, credit cards, and so forth that you've been transacting with. Accounting. First of all, we've got the VAT, so the daily tax, monthly, quarterly, yearly. So we can break that down for us. We've got payroll. So if we're clocking the staff in and out, we can see that, and gross profits. We've got bookkeeping here for you as well. So I'm guessing that you'll be doing the bookkeeping yourselves and then maybe passing it on to an accountant. Well, the system will do that for you. It'll itemize all the items that have gone through, if they're discounted, net prices, retail prices, and so forth. So if you need to pass this over to the accountant, you can do. We've got the Excel spreadsheet here. But this is just going to save you that additional time and effort per week. Normally, most people spend probably at least an hour doing their bookkeeping once a week. And again, putting that at the minimum wage of roughly £10. Well, what the system does itself straight away for you, that's going to save you that 4 hours a month and additionally that £40, which pretty much covers then your monthly subscription to the system as well. So it's a bit of a Brucey bonus in both ways for you. We've got auditing reporting here for us. We've got refunds, discounts, no sales, voided lines. So we can see and dig more deep into them if you need to. And then we've got things like schedule reporting as well. So you can set up reports to be sent to you at certain times, end of day, and so forth as well. To the right again, so we've got the till system. We can go back to the front end of the till that we just looked at. Support online if you were to need it. Web store, so you can order things like till roll, additional barcode scanners, even more tills if you need them, but otherwise you can come back to us. We've got the app store that there might be apps in here that may be bulk uploading products. It could be an ordering system for things like delivery or Uber Eats and those sorts of things. We've got over 300 apps in here for you that you can use. And additionally, you've got referrals. So if you are with us already as an existing customer, you refer a customer over to us, you get up to £250 for a referral. That'll be paid to you after the customer's been trading for 30 days. But again, that would then pay, for instance, your upfront price of the system by just doing one of those referrals as well for you. Okay, so that's a general run through the till system for a retail customer. If you've got any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and thank you for your time.